Welcome to another episode of Love and Peace with Lee. Today we're going to talk about faith over fear. Years ago I wrote a book called Pure Blind Faith. So in the book Pure Blind Faith, I talk about all the things I did in faith. Crazy things. You'll have fun reading it. And maybe you'll practice it yourself. Everyone agreed that my gift was the gift of faith. They said you would ask God for something and live it as if he already gave it to you. I thought that's what you're supposed to do. I didn't know that was a gift of faith. I just thought that's what you do. That's what I was always told in church. To ask God and believe you're going to get it. So I actually lived that way. Today we're talking about faith over fear. Let's get into something simple but honest. Fear doesn't always look like it's panicking. Fear doesn't always run away. Most of the time, fear looks like hesitation. It looks like, I'll do it later. It looks like overthinking something so long that you never do it. And that's the kind of fear we're talking about today. Because the truth is, fear isn't loud. It's mostly quiet, logical. It's reasonable. It sounds like, I just need more time. I'm not ready yet. Let me think about it a little longer. But here's the reality. That's not logic. That's fear, showing its ugly head. And if you're not careful, you'll follow it. Not because you want to stay stuck, but because it sounds right. Now here, it gets powerful. Faith doesn't show up the same way. Faith doesn't always come with confidence. It doesn't come with a guarantee. It doesn't even come with a full plan. Faith sounds more like this. Let's just do it. Start anywhere. Just start. You figure it out as you go. Oh, I'll do it. I'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it. It's quieter. Which means you have to choose to listen to it. See, one of the biggest misconceptions is you have to get rid of fear in order to have faith. But you don't. That's not true. Fear and faith can exist at the same time. You could feel like, wow, I'm uncertain about this, but I'm still going to do it. You could feel I'm prepared, but I'm still going to move on. You could feel fear, but still choose faith. The question is not, do I feel afraid? The question is, who's leading right now, your fear or your faith? Because one of them is always leading. This is what I want you to understand. Your life is not always shaped by your intentions. It's shaped by your decisions. Small ones, daily ones. The moment you decide to speak up instead of staying silent. The moment you start instead of waiting. The moment you say, I don't have all the answers, but I'm doing it anyhow. I'm going to make this happen. Not a big dramatic moment, but it's the silent decision, a quiet decision. And this is what most people don't realize. Confidence does not come first. Actions does. You don't become confident and then act. You act and then feel confident about what you did. Because if you're waiting to feel ready, you might not ever be. You'll be waiting forever. Faith says, move anyhow. Just go. Do it in faith. Let's go deeper in this. Why is it easier to fear? Because fear is always protecting you. Fear is always keeping you safe, keeping you comfortable, keeping you in what you're familiar with. But there's a problem. What's comfortable is not always what's right. What is safe is not always what leads you to grow. If you always choose comfort, you will always stay the same because you're comfortable. Faith changes that. Faith says, yes, this is comfortable, but where will I grow? And growth always requires movement. And that's why faith is not passive. It's not sitting back hoping things change. Faith moves. Faith decides. Faith acts. Even when you're unsure, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's inconvenience. You don't have to take a huge step today. You just need to take the next step. That is one self-conversation to yourself. You're going to do this. One self-decision. I'm ready. I'm going to do it now. One self-action. Let's go. Because small steps done consistently leads to big changes. Now let's dig a little deeper in this. At some point, this stops being about what you do, and it starts becoming who you are. Because eventually, you're not choosing faith. You just become someone that believes in faith. And when that shift happens, trust me, everything changes. You stop overthinking every decision you make. You stop waiting for the perfect setting, the perfect condition. You stop needing everything to feel certain. Because now, it's not about how you feel. It's about who you decide to be. Someone who moves, someone who trusts, and someone who doesn't let fear lead anymore. Does that mean fear would disappear? No, fear will always show up, but it won't take charge. It becomes a background noise, not the director of your life. So as we close, I want to leave you with this one thing. There is something that you're wanting to do with your life right now that you've been hesitating, you've been putting it off, you've been thinking about it, delaying it, maybe even avoiding it. And it's not because you don't want it. It's because you're unsure. You don't feel safe. You don't feel secure with it. What would you do in faith right now? What will you do with your faith right now? Whatever the answer is, do that. Because you don't need certainty. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need everything to figure out and line up. It's not a puzzle. You just need a decision, and you need faith over fear. Not once, not occasionally, but daily. In your thoughts, in your action, in your identity, and when you start living that way, you don't just change your circumstances, but you change everybody's life around you. You change your life, I change my family's life, and their children's life. And that's love and peace with Lee.